Alright, hello guys, welcome back to this channel. So in today's video, today is day 2 of the videos we are promised to be making till the end of the year, right? So today we're going to be looking at our personal audit. Who have you become this year? That's a question you've got to ask yourself, and you need to be able to give a perfect answer to, and your answer has to be as sincere as possible. Now the question is, who have you become over the year 2025? Have you become a better version of yourself? Have you become a shadow of yourself? Have you become a worst version of yourself? So you must be able to take a proper audit and be able to give yourself sincere answer. If at a business, when a business is run for a period of 1 year, at the end of the year, an audit ought to be taken. And the essence of that audit is to be able to evaluate the profit and loss margin of that particular business. If the business is running on a loss, the business through the audit will be able to know what they have been doing that is causing the losses and know how to manage that in next year. And if they're making profit as well, they will try as much as possible to know why or those things that are giving them more profit, and they'll build on those things. So you need to also be able to take a personal audit, because that's what will determine how your next year will be, just as the next year of a business is determined by the audit of this year, right? So I'm going to teach you the different steps you need to take to carry out an audit. The first step you need to take: isolate yourself from everybody, from family, friends, phones, TVs, everybody. If you can find a place, a cozy place, if one of the recommendation I'll give, even though personally I have not been able to make that work for me, is maybe you book an hotel with a serene environment, no party going on around, just you alone in a room, your phones locked out, your laptops locked out, your gadget, TV locked out, just you alone. Now once you do that, once you get all those things, the next thing you want to get is to get a detailed timeline of the years. You can break them into different quarters: January to March, April to June, July to September, and then October to December. So once you do this, then you want to carry out that for each of these different quarters. What has been the major highlights for you? So if you look at from January to March, what has been the major event for you within that period of time? Did you rent a new office space? Did you have to change your staff? Were you able to buy a property that time? What happened to you? Did you lose a business? Did you run into a bad deal? Be specific. Those major events that happened to you, those major wins that you had, those major challenges that you had, and those turning points that happened within those years, you must be able to ask yourself those questions and be able to answer that. When you are able to bring all these things together, the next thing you want to ask yourself is that, out of all this, which of these particular processes changed me, right? Which of these other processes stretched me, and which of these processes weakened me? So you must be able to answer these 3 questions based on the events that are happening in your life over the years. The next thing you want to also look at is that you want to carry out a skill audit. A skill audit is going to be a kind of audit on what kind of skill you'll be able to add to yourself, the ones you've learned or unlearned, those you've gotten better at. So for instance, myself, I could remember years back, 3, 4, 5 years, I was doing very well with Facebook ads. But over time, I've left. So when I'm giving my own audit, I'll be very sincere to myself and tell myself, all through this year, I've not run maybe more than 5, 10 ads. And before now, I used to run at least hundreds of ads in a year. So you get a breakdown of those skill audit, those ones you'll be able to double down on. So you look at technical skills, you look at soft skills, that is communication, discipline, and leadership. All those skills, you must also take note of them. You also look at your digital and financial skills. Have you been able to spend better? How has been your saving, culture? Do you have the Piggyvest app? Have you been buying some stocks and shares and been saving up over the years? Do you have more return on your investment? You have to be sincere with yourself and be able to answer those questions. The next thing you want to also do is the skills you still need. So after you've listed the skills that you've gotten and given an audit, then you now see, when you have a proper picture, then you'll be able to see the skills that you now need to work on thereafter. I believe you understand what I'm trying to say. So you want to now see that, if I get this particular kind of skill, I will be able to do better with this particular kind of skill. So I believe you get the point. So the next thing you want to also do is that you want to also be people skill skilled. People skilled means that you must have a better relationship. How many friends have you made this year? What relationship has really impacted you this year? I don't know if you get the point I'm trying to make. So all these are very, very crucial. Now you need to score yourself. You score yourself based on skill relevance, like you score yourself 1 to 10. Based on skill depth, the depth of the skill, like how serious is that particular skill, and based on your ability to now monetize that skill. Personally, for instance, let me give my personal instance now. I remember over this year, 2025, I've gotten some courses on seller. I go to my seller dashboard and I see that I've got purchased some course. Now, out of all those courses, which one have I been able to monetize? Now, I remember I bought a course this year. It's about something, and immediately I bought the course. I went through it and I monetized it. I've been able to generate over 50x or 100x of whatever I spent or invested in that knowledge. So, what knowledge did you learn this year, and you have been able to monetize that particular knowledge? That's very important. Next, you want to also do is your habit audit. Your habit audit is very important. So, you want to look at the helpful habits and the harmful habits. What are the habits that are really helped you? Is it waking up early, sleeping late? You know, what are those things that you've been doing that you see that has helped you better? Reading. Are you being consistent with reading? I mean, personally, I've been trying. I was going to read. In fact, at the point in time, I had to buy 3 books this year, but I've not been able to finish one. So, you know, you have to be sincere with yourself to be able to, you know, get the best result from this audit. So, reading, learning, you know, serving others, saving, exercising. Me personally, exercising, I've been very consistent as much as possible this year, right? Planning and other kind of skills. So, what are other harmful skills have you had this year, or have you, you know, habits have you had this year? Is it procrastination, overspending, late night? You've been into negative self-talk, and you've been maybe suicidal. Whatever the case is, you should write them down. You've been excessive with social media. You notice that you spend 5-6 hours on social media over time daily, right? If this is what you notice, be sincere with yourself and add it. Ask yourself, which of these habits has helped you grow? Which of these habits has helped you gone down? Grow, or go down. Choose which of these habits has helped you. Now, you also score based on these habits. Now, you score yourself 1 to 10, right? You have discipline. Which one has helped you to be disciplined? Which one has helped you to be consistent? Which one has helped you to have more self-control? So, all these things need to be audited. Now, let me go to the relationship audit. Relationship audit is not only for maybe those that are yet to be married or something. It's also for your ability to relate with people. Your social skill comes into play here. You want to know the people that have been around you that are helping you to grow, those that are just around you and they are not useful, those that are around you that they drain you. There are some relationships that they might not be useful to you, but you need people like that around, maybe to help on your social skills or to help you have people you can communicate with, right? There are people like that. But meanwhile, there are some people that are with you and they are not adding value to you. They are rather draining you. So if you have those kind of people, put them on a scale and know that what's the extent of draining. The draining, is it affecting you? Some people are there to drain you financially. Some people are there to drain you economically. Some people are there to drain you otherwise. Different. They are there to spoil your relationship. They are there not to allow you to grow. So make sure you evaluate this set of people, and obviously once you can highlight them and note those people, you start detaching yourself from them. The next one you want to carry out is your financial and effort audit. Your financial effort audit should be based on the income increase for the year. So based on this year, what was your salary income, your earning this year? So basically, this particular process will be easy for those who are salary earners. But if you're a business person, if you don't have a proper record, this might be a difficult one. One of the major options I'm going to suggest for you or to you is to maybe use your bank account statement. Get your bank account statement from the bank and use it to study your income, inflow, and then your outflow. That way you'll be able to see which month did you do better. So for instance, on my YouTube channel, I'll be able to see the months I did better on YouTube. And when I go back, I will see that, oh, something made this to happen. And I'll notice, oh, I made some more optimized videos than for other months, right? So that way I'll be able to double down on that particular month that has done well. So that's what you want to do for this year as well. So you want to check those skills that have helped you to grow financially, that you have learned, those skills that have helped you to increase your income. You need to be able to do that. And what are those things that also help you to drain your income? make sure you note them, and then you what? Excuse yourself from them. Check your health. The same way I've explained, you check your health, you check your mind audit, you do different kind of audit to yourself. I don't want to take much of your time. Now, the major summary of everything I've talked about today is to make sure that you find a way to carry out a proper audit, and that audit must be based on the fact that you have been able to add value to yourself. And after the audit has been done, what are those things in that audit that you've noticed that has drained you, that has affected your life, that has affected your mentality, that has reduced your efficiency, that has made you a shadow of yourself, that has drained you? What you need to do is to detach yourself immediately from all those kind of habits, from all those kind of thoughts, from all those kind of things, and make sure you become better this year. So I hope you've been able to see how you can know who you become this year and what has really changed about you. How has your consistency been this year? So you're able to know that through this audit. So tomorrow I'll be coming to talk more about how you can become better and how you can go into the new year becoming a better person. So remember, if you're able to carry a proper audit, it will give you a better picture of who you need to work with next year. That friend you need to block, that friend you need to follow, that friend you need to ask not to call you anymore, and that business partner you might need to stop doing business with, right? So you need to think hard while doing this. This exercise is not going to take you more than 2 to 3 hours, and you have to dedicate time for this because it can determine how your next year, 2026, will be. And this is Akinbola Ezekiel. I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow for another version of this. Thank you and God bless.